The Bible tells the stories of some of its most notorious queens who challenge our understanding of power, betrayal, and redemption. In a few moments, we will uncover secrets that reveal the surprising connection between unchecked ambition and divine laws. Stay with us to witness stories so controversial they may shake your deepest beliefs. The Bible, beyond its spiritual teachings, is filled with narratives about kings and queens whose lives were marked by dark deeds. Among these figures, 3 queens stand out for their wickedness and ambition: Jezebel, Athaliah, and Herodias. Their heinous acts profoundly and disturbingly shaped the history of their kingdoms. As we explore the lives of these 3 women, we will delve into their motivations and reflect on the impact of their actions. Jezebel introduced idolatry in Israel. Athaliah killed her own grandchildren to maintain power, and Herodias' vengeance led to the execution of John the Baptist. Each of them exemplifies the dangers of excessive power and the lack of morality, leaving a dark legacy that resonates to this day. Get ready to not only learn the historical facts, but also to dive into the emotions and conflicts these queens faced and provoked. Understanding the actions and motivations of these queens requires contextualizing them within the historical and cultural setting of their time. Ancient Israel and Judah were theocratic societies where religion and politics were intertwined. Kings were seen as God's representatives on earth, and their actions had both spiritual and temporal implications. Political marriages were common strategies to consolidate power and form alliances. But these unions also introduced cultural and religious influences that could lead people away from worshiping the God of Israel. Jezebel's time, for instance, was marked by the influence of neighboring nations like Phoenicia, from where she hailed. As the daughter of Ethbaal, priest king of Sidon, Jezebel brought the worship of Baal, a Canaanite fertility god, and Asherah, a mother goddess, challenging the exclusivity of Yahweh's worship in Israel. Athaliah, her daughter, perpetuated this influence in Judah. Herodias, centuries later, operated in a context where the Roman Empire imposed its culture and religion on Jewish territories. Each of these queens used their positions during times of great turmoil and changed to shape politics and religion profoundly and often destructively. First, evil queen. Jezebel's reign in Israel was marked by a continual threat to the nation's covenant with God. Prophets like Elijah rose up against this corruption, denouncing Jezebel and King Ahab while calling the people back to true worship. This resistance culminated in a dramatic showdown on Mount Carmel, where Elijah challenged the prophets of Baal to demonstrate whose God was real. Elijah's faith in God was proven when a divine fire consumed his sacrifice, whereas Baal's prophets failed to evoke any response from their God. This event highlighted the power of Israel's God and called the people to shout, "The Lord is God." 1 Kings 18:20-40. Jezebel's cruelty was notably brutal towards the prophets of the Lord. She ordered the systematic execution of Yahweh's prophets, creating an atmosphere of terror throughout Israel. Those who managed to escape hid in caves, living in constant fear of discovery and death. Jezebel's persecution was not just to consolidate her power, but also an act of defiance against the God of Israel. Despite this, prophets like Elijah continued to speak out, demonstrating their unshakable faith. The story of Naboth's vineyard, 1 Kings 21:1-16, exemplifies Jezebel's corruption. She orchestrated Naboth's death to seize his vineyard, leading to divine judgment by Elijah, who prophesied a gruesome end for both Jezebel and Ahab. This prophecy was fulfilled when Jezebel was thrown out of a window and devoured by dogs, symbolizing divine justice. 2 Kings 9:30-37. Her death marked the end of an era of tyranny and idolatry, reinforcing the biblical belief that evil cannot triumph over divine justice. Her daughter, Athaliah, continued her legacy of cruelty, ensuring her power after her son's death. 2 Kings 11:1-3. Second evil queen. Athaliah, in a bid to secure her reign, ordered the massacre of the entire royal lineage of Judah, including her own grandchildren, demonstrating her willingness to sacrifice family for power. This brutal act marked Athaliah as one of the most ruthless figures in the Bible. However, her plan to eliminate the royal line was foiled by Jehosheba, the daughter of King Jehoram and sister of Ahaziah. She hid Ahaziah's infant son, Joash, in the Lord's temple for 6 years. During Athaliah's reign, she continued the idolatry initiated by her mother, plunging Judah into a period of fear and oppression. Athaliah's actions revealed that wickedness could be inherited and even intensified as she transformed Judah into a place of terror. After Ahaziah's death, Athaliah took the throne through the unthinkable act of massacring the royal family, aiming to eradicate the Davidic lineage and thus threatening the continuity of the Messianic promise. Despite Athaliah's efforts, one survivor, Joash, escaped her bloody massacre. He was saved by his aunt Jehosheba and hidden in the temple for 6 years, during which Athaliah ruled unaware of the legitimate heir. The high priest Jehoiada, Jehosheba's husband, cared for Joash and prepared for the right moment to reveal him. This period of concealment was crucial to ensure God's promise to David's house was fulfilled. When Joash turned 7, Jehoiada organized a carefully planned conspiracy to crown him king. Summoning military leaders, priests, and Levites, Jehoiada presented Joash to the people, revealing the legitimate heir to the throne. Joash's coronation brought immense relief to the people of Judah, who had suffered under Athaliah's tyranny. This event marked the end of Athaliah's oppressive reign and the beginning of a new era, restoring the Davidic line and bringing hope for justice and worship of Yahweh. Third evil queen. Herodias, another infamous figure, played a crucial role in the execution of John the Baptist. Originally married to Herod Philip, she left him to marry Herod Antipas, Tetrarch of Galilee, violating Jewish law. John the Baptist, known for his boldness, publicly denounced this illicit marriage, declaring it unlawful. Herodias, resentful and embarrassed, harbored deep hatred and sought vengeance. She persuaded Herod Antipas to imprison John, but Herod, fearing the people's reaction, hesitated to execute him. Herodias seized her opportunity during Herod's birthday banquet, when her daughter, Salome, danced and pleased Herod so much that he promised to grant her any wish. Instigated by Herodias, Salome requested John the Baptist's head on a platter. Bound by his oath and pressured by his guests, Herod ordered John's execution. This act of cruelty and manipulation highlighted Herodias' power and wickedness, securing her a notorious place in biblical history. The banquet, filled with dignitaries and military officials, reached its peak with Salome's dance, leading to a reckless promise from Herod and the brutal execution of John the Baptist. The story of Herodias' vengeance against John the Baptist is one of the most tragic narratives in the New Testament. It underscores the destructive power of unchecked ambition and vindictiveness. Herodias, offended by John's denunciation of her marriage, relentlessly pursued her goal of silencing him forever. John's execution, carried out to satisfy a vengeful demand, exemplifies the perilous dynamics of power in Herod's court and Herodias' relentless and cruel nature. This episode is a stark reminder of how personal vendettas can lead to profound injustices and how the lust for power can corrupt and destroy moral integrity.
If you found this video enjoyable, please consider liking and sharing it. Additionally, subscribing to this channel will ensure that you receive more updates in the future. Thank you.